December the 22nd, 1941. The Americans tried to help the beleaguered island, sending a relief force out of Pearl Harbor. The aircraft carrier Saratoga brought aircraft. Other warships carried much-needed ammunition. The convoy was recalled halfway to the island as Japanese aircraft carriers were reported near Wake. Left to fight the enemy alone and with no hope of resupply, the Marines surrendered on December the 23rd. Navy announces that Wake Island is probably captured by the enemy. And now it is disclosed that 400 Marines held for at least 14 days against heavy Japanese attack. The Marines have 12 fighter planes and a small quantity of weaponry. They were commanded by a 35-year-old hero, Marine Major James P.S. Devereux. They sunk 1 Japanese light cruiser and 3 destroyers. They held out against 13 raids. This message was widely read in the U.S. in the following days. By January of 1942, Japanese forces had landed in Burma, the Dutch East Indies, New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands. In February, 130,000 Allied soldiers were surrounded in the battle for Singapore. And in May, the remainder of the American and British forces surrendered to the Japanese in the Philippines. The U.S. was not willing to give up. To prove that they wanted to fight on, a daring raid was launched on April the 18th, 1942. Jimmy Doolittle's B-25 bombers took off from the USS Hornet and dropped bombs on Tokyo, causing mostly psychological damage. The Doolittle raid was a huge morale boost to the U.S. Port Moresby in New Guinea was the next target for the Japanese fleet. It was clear that capturing this location would pave the way for a Japanese invasion of Australia. Allied forces decided to defend Port Moresby at all costs. Several Japanese fleets were tasked with supporting the attack, including the 5th Carrier Division with fleet carriers Shokaku and Zuikaku and the light aircraft carrier Shoho. The American carrier group that would fight the 5th Carrier Division was Task Force 17. It included the Lexington and Yorktown.